Decoy, in fact. Okay, so that's going to be just taking a little bit of attention. That goes towards Connector. Quite an interesting little one there. So they can see it's a decoy. The CDs have spotted that. Simple, getting aggressive, and it looks like it will be an inside execution, judging by the setup right now.
Just to speak about that decoy as well, I'm surprised more teams don't throw that as a default smoke, because you could smoke off Z Connector on a B hit from that position, but down the ladder they go. That's into a blunder. Simple's waiting for it, but Taz is there. Talk about that little rivalry they had. Guardian, meanwhile, starting up on top of the train, is going to try and spot exactly which side they want to try and approach, but as he goes out and overextends, it's Bialy holding the line. He took down Edward beforehand from just outside of Pop Dog, leaving C's to respond to him, but finds himself as such in a 1 versus 3. Put him down as well for Virtus Pro, and C's does not have a kit. There's one down on top of the site, but he's got to get that far first and foremost as he spots up that Snax is above. Can hear the glass go out. That baits in Taz. Guardian waiting for the sliver of a pixelet long. Good play from Simple. Gets in the right position at the right time, but can't land a shot on Neo. Gets him in the red. The problem is he can't commit to this either, because Snax can easily walk out from upper, hit the shot. They've got 2 players that have already gone down the ramp that can back, but we're still for Simple. He gets in for free. Is that leg from Taz or on our end? Because he gets tagged to 34, but then ends up in behind the train. Either way, leaves him alive, leaves it to a 5 versus 2. That's going to switch, though, because Seized finds Taz on a rotation back toward the outer side as he tries to push through B and catch rotations. And Flamey, snuck up toward the alley, is going to catch them off, coming back through Pop Dog. Snax tries to bait out a bomb tap, doesn't go all the way through with it, and Flamey therefore finds him immediately after. What a turn of events. A 5 versus 2 to a 2 versus 1. And Pasha with an AWP has to clutch it back for Virtus Pro. Bomb drop beside the train, 44 seconds to work with, but inside of the smoke, he found the silhouette, but not the shot.
Boosted up at all. He's only got that UMP. Very good in close range situations. Just trying to buy himself some time here, but Snax, aggressive as ever. Let's get taken down by Edward from heaven.
Nice shot from Simple, catching Pasha, trying to push through the smoke at Ivy. So NaVi looking to bounce back after their first win in the gun round by silencing VP right after. However, it's them in the 5 versus 2 this time, and their turn to turn it around as Neo will find C. Smokes off on Z Connector as well. It's going to allow the bomb to get in position, but watch as it goes down at default, because coming in from the flank, Edward has already climbed up from Pop Dog, and he's going to get on the backside of Taz immediately. Doesn't even matter. Guardian's got the kill. It's all to Neo in the middle of the site, and that means multiple angles by which he can be taken down. Guardian finds it first, and it'll go 3-2. There it is. Behind the server, thinks better of it, and you have to wonder what was the better call in this, because smoke's going to dissipate. They've got a boost. Simple's locked into this cubby now. If he even moves, if that boost is still in effect, seemingly not, he would have been found. Instead, they're going to advance. Snax is going to check it. Gun barrel shows. Shots come through with the M4. Jumping mechanic, I question in that.
I think he's hoping for the AWP to be on the other side. It's like definitely a Hail Mary play, but still a 4-4. And considering the gun power that VP have available, this does favor Nada Sincere. We'll see whether Guardian Seeds can step up. And just as I said, there it is. Another shot from Guardian. Takes down Taz.
And he's going to turn his attention back that direction as well, knowing bomb's down, but has to be aware of the fact that no one's watching a main. Was that behind the wall or was that clear sight? I couldn't even tell. May have been just in behind the door. Good shot as he snaps back to find Bialy, but immediately after goes down. He couldn't possibly take 2 from that angle. Neo with the deagle. He's opened the round back up to a wild possibility. Seized as well on the AWP, is elected to go for the pistol instead. Now Neo's tagged and low, but Pasha's the X factor in this, because he's already pushed in past Hal, left the ball in the open, but entrance onto B suggested that to me that they would look to go with 4 players. Instead, they try and sell that further by rotating back down the halls. They take their time getting into B, and Flamey's in position to cut them off. I'm not sure I agree with that hesitation in the strategic call. They were ready to go on B.
Virtus Pro outside rush. This is their bread and butter. They throw this in when times get tough, and they normally pull it off.
Ooh, shot Bialy onto Edward. Before he could get in position, Simple responding, gets the second on Snax as he falls down, and there's the headshot on Bialy as well. What a recovery from Simple, sidestepping. However, he blocks up his teammate, which costs Flamey, who tries to strafe away, and Neo hits him back in return. It has to be pulled by Seized, and it is. So he does something very good, and then something very...
CT side, as Guardian, he's known for this, pushing towards Ivy, but Pasha, he's ready for it, takes him down, and they've got an early advantage there. No need to commit, but Seized, he gets a frag back and return towards Inner.
Pasha waiting as well out toward Ivy. Favorite position, I think, for Pasha of anywhere in the entire world. Real world as well. I'm sure if you asked him what he dreams about at night, it's Ivy. And I don't mean the plants. As Simple gets through, and there's why. Fires back in the smoke, spots the tracers, nails him down, but it's going to be Taz ousted by Seized, who then plays Old Train Alley, limiting very much the possibilities to catch him off from open angles, more so because Snax goes down, Edward finding him. It's Pasha that has to get aggressive, finds Seized, knows that Edward's back toward the bomb in some capacity, but where's he gone with that smoke down? So we'll check off the alleys. While he does that, Old Bomb Alley, which he just cleared and just got the kill inside of, is now occupied by a rotating Flamey, and it won't even go that far. Edwards got it to go 8-6.
Be clear here as we go into the final round of the first half. Again towards Ivy. 3 players there this time, and a decent Molotov to actually take Guardian out of position. So now they've got a bit more control of this area. They can smoke off towards the right-hand side if they want to, block him out. That's what they know he is. There it is. And they may wrap around towards inner here. You can see there's a player waiting towards the lower ramp inside. So they could go all the way through CT spawn at this point.
Sees there, hits one. I think he actually tagged a player through the wall, through the body, through the wall, and into Pasha. He's got another one as he takes down Bialy. Looks for the third, but will not find it. Taz going down, though, leaves only one player left. That's Pasha.
Ready and waiting to greet them.
Pasha backing away from that position as well, trying to get information, but this brings Snacks up. He knows they're there, and they know he's gone up the ladder because he made an absolute boatload of noise.
Yeah, one-shot kills, get some intel, and stay alive. That's pretty much all he can hope for at this point. Oh,
that's exactly what he hoped for, and what Pasha will get. Edwards, his head does get popped from long range. Pasha's going to relocate as well, playing over by where Taz normally plays on gun rounds, so interesting to see Pasha here, not toward Ivy. Flash comes across, Pasha hits another lovely headshot, knows that one's bypassed him as well. He goes hunting for Simple, but Simple gets the last laugh out of that Twitter exchange because now he turns to find Taz as well. The 2 players that created a response to his initial tweet. It leaves Bialy 1 versus 3. Flash goes down toward the bottom of the ramp, but they've already get the bomb. I can't remember. There's someone that often plays that position and waits for the drop down, allows the minute.
Oh,
I think it might have been
Hellraisers.
Was it Hellraisers? Okay, maybe it's Sticko.
Yeah,
Either way, Pasha's going to back up from that position. The problem with it, and it's got some strengths. They commit before you can spot them, and therefore they're left vulnerable, but it does mean you bait your second player on the site by not spotting them coming in. Lovely shot from Guardian onto Snacks. As they get down to 2 versus 2, no bomb plant. A 12-6 scoreline and a very important round for Virtus Pro. I can't tell you what the lost round bonus is at because I don't have the information as to the previous rounds beforehand, but it will be accumulated and tallied accordingly, no doubt, as Guardian will take down Bialy, and it may need to be accumulated accordingly because Virtus Pro are not looking like they're going to reset it until now because Guardian goes low. Pasha's timing's off. He backs away. Guardian has the AWP. You give him a chance to line up a shot. The AWP means nothing. As Pasha had it locked out, he may get found in the end, and that's exactly what happens. Missed by a second. We have to watch and factor into this because if they do go ramp, it's something we have to consider. Nice shot from Simple. Flash over. Pasha gets his head absolutely taken off by a single bullet, a single click. I like it. I love it. Bialy, meanwhile, finds that Edwards waiting down at the bottom of ladder already and was hoping to catch them off potentially by pushing through A as they go B.
That was the reaction. They lose that first player. Someone has to step up there. Bialy makes something happen, and Snacks looking to do the same thing as well. He's seen the smoke go over. Free kill eventually as C's goes down. Nice recovery so far. Man advantage to Virtus Pro, and the bomb's down as well. It's going to be Snacks actually locking down that main area. He's locked them in towards inside. He's got so much information at this point. NaVi have to strike towards inner, and it's going to be Flamey going in first to see if he can find the next frag.
Taz just going to try and open up the opportunities, not playing over to his side, and in fact flashing. Was that his own flash, or did that come down the ramp at the same time he threw the smoke? I think it must have, because he gets caught off entirely by that, and Bialy, as a result, has to hold this off 2 versus 2, and when I say hold this off, he's got to hold position because he's got to wait for this. Snacks rotating in. Flash goes into the site immediately, spots where Guardian's playing with the AWP, has ground. And the reaction time of Guardian is normally sufficient in those situations, but it's not quite this time as Simple gets it down to a one-on-one. Both players, Snacks and Simple, with 2 kills.
That's pretty much GG. Obviously, there'll be a match point, but they have literally 0 money going forward. So, Pasha to step up the AWP now, gets the first shot, but Flamey gets one in return as well.
Nade goes toward the E-box, but it won't matter because the shot came through from Simple to take down Pasha, but immediately after, his teammates perish, and Guardian finds himself very lonely. Alive. Something to think about. He's got 2 feet and a heartbeat, but he's very lonely. And Taz.
So they get them out the round they need, match point, and once again the money is a massive problem for Virtus Pro. It will be UMPs and aggressive play towards inside. Taz is known for this, gets that first frag, takes down Edward, but he wants a little bit more here. Knows it's not going to be enough to win the round just yet, especially when C's takes down Neo in return.
Taz as well, and behind the smoke gets found by Guardian. Snacks finds a kill on the opposite side of the map out toward Ivy, which was potentially just to hold off rotations because it's now 3 versus 3 and they needed information, but it's a good kill to get for Snacks. He desperately tries to find a player on the other side of the smoke. Is there a weapon there? Okay, he did. Yeah, okay. He did get the M4. I didn't see it, but he knew better. He knew where he got the kill. Better still for Bialy. He'll find Flamey and Simple to follow. Oh, timing up in the same position, but Simple. Not the spray I might have expected from the young lad.
You see those blooming on your screen right now, taking that vision away from the CT.
Edward.
It's fake, I think.
Yeah, trying to get anybody to get caught up by a tick of the Molotov. No one's heard him or reacted to it. They're forced off towards Z, and they've rotated all the way over to B. Above in control, there's 2 players right now for Virtus.pro. That's uncommon. And Taz, that's a decent rotation because he's opened it up ground. He's taken the only player down on B. With all the utility, they thought they had the high ground. Then have to rotate back through Z connector, which means by default, bomb is planted, and they've got all the rotations covered off aggressively. That's what we talk about you needing to do when you come in from the B main entrance. That could be disaster, and it certainly will be. Good flank play as C's waited out at A, and 16 rounds.
But Snax, he's aggressive towards middle, and he takes on that first player, throws a cat among the pigeons there.
What an amazing opening shot as always. Back away ever so slightly. C's just trying to find Snax. The problem is that bomb, as you mentioned, Snax having that down, that's so much to work with. It pulls all the plans of NaVi away. They've got to go back over toward it. And VP's actually going to play an interesting mind tactic on this. They're going to back off that bomb just enough to lure them into Taz, who picks up another kill. They can get it, but this is giving them information. Neo pops out. They allow them to walk up mid. Snax backs away to bait them toward their teammates. Tech9, Edward, you've got to hit a kill with it, and you will. Calm down, Matt. As Simple hits Pasha, it opens things back up, but he's now left alone to race toward the bomb as well. They know that's still down toward mid, and Simple's got to beat them toward it. He's got Snax in his sights, but he's got that Glock down to 4 bullets left already. That's it. As he fires away 20 to get him in that position. He's gone back for more. That time he'll hit Snax. Knows where the second is on Bialy, who has to be very careful. Head still showing, but
he's only got the MP9 to hold his position, so let's see what he can do here as the flashbangs come in.
NaVi gets the first shot from Flamey on the way down drop, but Neo holds fast inside of the E-box room. Unfortunately for him, he's overwhelmed. There was far too many, and Edward gets the kill back. Look at Pasha. Snapping to the right, back to the left, catches off Edward, and it's just Seized that's left to best him, but unfortunately for Seized, he's facing unfavorable odds. 50-50, you might call it, 1 versus 2. Problem is it's less than that when you consider trades. Is Seized, waiting for it, has the first shot lineup.
Investment from NaVi. They're going to be a maximum loss bonus to go into the next round, and maybe just a little B rush here. Some misthrown flashbangs, but that's not going to scare them off as they rush in towards the B side.
Neo does get one in return with his UMP. Neo waits for another to wrap around. Smoke on the left side allows him to transfer onto the statue with bomb, but it won't allow the plant because Neo's in prime position to shut it down. Flamey Tech9. Could you say Flamey's flaming with the Tech9? Because he gets 2 kills with it. I'd say he's a little bit close to on fire, but it's going to be Edward that wraps back around to find Snax. And again, he obliterates his opponent up their sleeve, perhaps in terms of strategy and teamwork. Pasha gets on top of the box as well. There's smoke down. He can't find the angle, and Simple slips in undetected. So a risky play from Pasha to try and get an advantage with the smoke down. Doesn't work out. It costs him in the end, but they recover well as Bialy gets one more from Tree before going down. Bomb. It's dropped inside of the site, and Guardian obliterated by Snax means a long way removed is Seized, but his timing's right to come out from drop. They don't expect him to be there, and another 1 versus 1 that's won by Virtus.pro. Guardian waiting out toward long, but it's Pasha again that seems to prevail toward that B position on the platform more aggressively. He's known to always try and peek it from stairwell, but today he's getting inside of that arch, and it's working out as Bialy holds off window. No, Seized has gotten down inside of the archway, who goes onto the platform. In fact, he's going to play barrels so he can bait them in. Snax aggressive will spot it, but Guardian, better shot.
Yeah. I'm not sure Snax had to be that aggressive at that point. That's such a 50-50 play. He gets 1 kill, secures the round. If he dies, he's actually given them a chance to win this round now. They will be going for it. 40 seconds remaining, dropping the utility towards connector and the balcony area as well. This frag decides the round. If Guardian can find it, it's going to be Edward. Now there's a real chance to actually pick up round number 9, yeah.
Pasha's gonna try and push out to catch them off at APC, but inside of the smoke, Edward gets vision from high, and Bialy's gone early. He had to give himself up, but it's good. Snax behind the smoke, but it's found by Edward, though. So down he goes, and Virtus.pro, losing early, will pull back again in the hands of Bialy. Bomb dropped again for Taz at bottom of middle. And Virtus.pro could sweep this half if there's no change from NaVi. Keep in mind as well from NaVi's side, they're a T-sided team on this map. They're not commonly getting more than 5 to 6 rounds, 6 at best. On their CT side, this could be just a burnout. As Neo does sweep back to find Edward, I think that almost confirms it. 2 versus 1 NaVi. Best chance for them to win around, and Neo knows bomb's down, waits for the pop flash. 50 seconds, but he's trying to figure out information early. Simple's got to be rotating back from connector. He's aware of it, but how does he try and play this? He considers that long's a possibility. Bomb's going to get scooped up in the meantime, and Neo, he's now lost the slight advantage that he had, but looks away as Simple nearly gets caught off by it. Neo can't line it up, and Simple will get the shot. 9-1 Virtus.pro. First maps. Now Sports, oh, look at this aggression from Snacks. It's Snacks again out toward the long corner. He's so good in that position. Tagged up as Taz behind the bales, but it still works out. As the shot was intended to take Snacks alone, he realized Taz was there, did Edward, but unfortunately couldn't prevail. And bomb over toward B means Bialy has been boosted at drop. With one of the M4s, Taz on the AK picked up now. And you're dead right about the money. It leaves them low, but this is a great start for Virtus Pro. So I was going to point out the similarities between our two games. It was 9-6 each half for Mouse Sports in this match in the first one. Good play from Bialy, traded out, but look at Neo getting flamey. It's still an advantage for VP.
They really are, aren't they? Well, regardless, Simple now have a chance to win this. No kits available for VP, but they have got the man advantage. Simple now, the world is his oyster. He can set up whatever he likes, and he's won the previous clutch before. Can he do it again and deliver the 9-2? A much-needed round here for NaVi. This will be a full reset if he does not pick this up.
Waiting is Simple, hoping that they'll arrive in the position that he wants them to come from, and it does, but doesn't expect both to be there. And Neo, it was Simple, but I'm not sure how blind, whether or not they saw him. They try and go around the corner. Smoke goes out from Snacks. That isolates Edward, and the other two don't follow up. They just let Edward go down. Now they'll go through. Guardian catches Snacks trying to look for an additional smoke to deploy. And Taz, meanwhile, will burrow himself into the corner, but Seized was aware of that, wrapped around. Flamey gets Bialy, and we might just have something left in the tank from NaVi after all. It's going to be Neo on top of balcony as well. Tagged, taken down, Guardian with the kill. Pasha 1 versus 4 bomb. And drop as well and get back toward the B side. They've got an inkling based on this 2-man drop position that this is going to be B. They pull both players in A well and truly away from long. They still hit the shots as they try and sell it and walk in from A corner. It's a great shot from Flamey. He goes down immediately after, but it's given Simple space. He's got a headshot on Pasha. And NaVi may just pull his pistol back. We might have a game on our hands.
That's currently where the bomb will be as well. That's currently going to be in the hands of Pasha. The Guardian, he's got that AWP, and that's going to be the final boss towards that B side. He's on the B platform, currently looking towards drop down, and nails that first shot. He's going to have some pressure there from the upper platform as he falls back.
Guardian, the AWP falls back at the right time. Lovely shot on Taz. Finds, oh, it looked like it was on. Somehow it doesn't hit. Pasha's going to need him in return. And the dead man walking finds a kill against the man who should have easily taken him down, as Flamey now has to prevail and pull this back. Virtus Pro, they'll take the round. He can't do it. And that means Edward watches the long corner. Flamey, therefore, is the swing. They'll play off the information either teammate relays to them, and that's why it works so well, because down at the bottom of mid, the player can't find the kill, but the one at the top does. Somehow still Virtus Pro making a favorable situation for themselves. Oh. As you would have thought the setup favored NaVi. Nice catch, Snacks. Better catch than whatever that guy's name that caught it off the leg in the Super Bowl was. Haha, Atlanta, you lost the biggest lead in the world.
Pistols can be in CSGO, and they'll be trying to get that first pick. Pasha leading the charge.
Edward in the new extended cubby, not to be spotted from the hole in the wall, and that's why it works, because Taz gets absolutely annihilated. As Bialy starts to work inside of the site, Seized will take down Neo inside of the smoke with a knife. That's lovely as well. We've seen lots of great things in this round. I like this one. This is one I want to remember. Snacks is going to try and find the shot down the lane toward the back of tree at drop. Can't find it on the second approach either, as Guardian seems to be able to dodge a wrench and a bullet as Bialy looks for an additional shot of the AK-47. No peeking from Seized. He's playing off Guardian's information. He's in red HP. They're hoping to get that. Bialy, the other two, Snacks as well, down to that in return with the pistols by picking them apart. Death by 1,000 paper cuts as they limit it.
Go something a little bit more aggressive here. Guardian boosted up. Looks like he get his first kill, but denied. And Bialy with a hell of a shot there to take him down.
Bialy tries to find more than that as well. He's been feeling out that position to drop to try and find those options and availabilities the entire match, and finally get something working. Taz as well is going to take two as he finds the boost, catches off Edward, and we may have the writing on the wall, because this is a task too tall as Simple gets down toward the ramp. He's going to shrink himself into the corner, perhaps, and try and hold them off. Trigger discipline, but he's spotted up for the bottom of the middle. I would have taken the clean shot first before he turns back to try and find the other player shooting at him. It's one to go. Seized. Pre-fire at the window. Tags up Bialy, but that's just going to draw everyone toward him, and Bialy just waits. I think they were well aware. Seized pulls the knife as if